Hey, what is going on, everybody? Can someone let me know and confirm if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Z, what is up? Belganos, how you doing, dude? Bonsal, how you doing, buddy? Jacob, Mr. Sire. Uh-oh, getting a little concerned. Yep, loud and clear. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I have a slightly different sound setup. In fact, I can hear myself echoing in my own ears. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. Good, but thank you for the confirmation. The side quest is long for something that needs to be ran every day. I'm hoping it doesn't have to be run every day. Or I am under the impression we can save up the what is it, like a mace, right? We're getting a mace in the mail, and my understanding is that we can save them up and then use them. No echo for you. Okay, thanks. See, that's actually really important to know. As you are aware, always trying to figure out how it's coming across on the other side of things. You can save it up, but it takes so long to complete. Oh, yes. I am definitely not trying to say that it is fun or easy. And it is a grind. It is absolutely a grind. What's up, Jay Nick? How you doing, dude? But that beard is looking phenomenal today. Thank you. You know what it is I have not been to my barber in 2 months. My wedding anniversary is actually coming up, and we're celebrating it. And so I was like, I want to look good. Well, as good as I can anyway, right? And so I scheduled an appointment with my barber for the day that we're celebrating it. And then there was like no appointments. I'm sure this has happened to all of us. There was like no appointments that worked out time-wise before then. Like anything was like too soon, or it was like a week from the next appointment. And I was like, well, I don't want to just waste my money. So yeah, we've got some growth going on today. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be what year is this? This is 2021, right? I think we're on 17 years. 17 years. I got married kind of young. But it worked out. Don't let anyone ever tell you that it can't work out. It can. I think the key is just waiting to have kids. I think waiting to have children, because they will test any relationship. They will. Travis, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for stopping by. We are going to eventually do the side quests, and I didn't want to put it on there because I'm not sure. I have a feeling in 7 minutes there may be some crystals open. I'm not positive, though. I don't know that for a fact. It's just my sense. My sense is strong that it might be coming. So I would like to pop those on stream. Paul, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Duke, how you doing, dude? Dude, those pictures you sent me this weekend, so freaking cool. So cool, man. I have a question. Did you get to ride in any of them? Do you actually ride them around? If you're able to share that, and I hope that wasn't too much personal. If it was, I apologize. And if it wasn't, I'll explain a little bit what it is you may have been riding, because that may have sounded odd too. Bodhi, what's up, dude? Hopefully Bodhi is the correct pronunciation. What's up, dude? Yeah, you did? You got to drive the Oldsmobile? So Duke showed me some photos. He was with some awesome classic cars. I think the Chevy was my favorite. Was it a 57 Chevy? I think it was. It was beautiful. I mean, these are beautiful cars, right? Like, people are spending the time to really perfect their art, their craft, their hobby. I assume it was a hobby. I don't know if they're making money or selling them or anything like that, but it's just cool. It's cool when people are that into something. And then, I don't know, something about those cars to me just appeals. Obviously, it's not my era. I was born way after they were out, but they were awesome. Zero Frost Ninja. Dude, I'm doing well. We haven't streamed in a bit. I had some family in from out of town last week. It was a surprise visit. And so that's why I didn't even get the videos out. And I do apologize, and I'm kind of bummed myself. I had an R3 worthy. Pretty much all the footage is actually done. I just hadn't tied it together. And I did this fight at the very end. There was something I'm like, you know what? I'm going to test this one thing. There's this one thing, and if it works, that's going to be pretty cool. But I really don't think it's going to work. But if it did, it would change the whole video. Because as you know, we're evaluating it based on, like, should you rank this champion up? Is, obviously if it's just for fun, do whatever you want, right? But are they going to add value to your account? And I did this one fight, and holy smokes, it went way better than I would have ever thought it would have gone. And it made me completely reevaluate how I wanted to narrate the other clips. And as a result, and with the visitors coming from out of town that I was not aware were going to happen, everything got significantly delayed. So there will be a Diablo full-on guide. I think I'm going to call it like Mixology Masterclass. I think that's what it's going to be called, because he's awesome. He is amazing, and I'm very excited to get that out, but I want to make sure I get it right. And then, like I said, the R3 video, these should be coming out. I hate to set deadlines because I never know what's going to happen, but I want to get them out this week if I am. Do I have iHulk? I do not. I wish I did. And he is getting me to open basic crystals when I really don't want to be. I otherwise want to just be saving my crystals, which I have a difficult time doing in general. And iHulk and Buddy Lee are making that very, very difficult on me to do. All right. Are we getting close? I was hoping to kind of just talk till we got close to 10 o'clock. Hey, Buddy Lee, great timing, dude. You and your iHulk videos, dude, you're not helping me save. You're like the anti-saver helper person. I should come up with a better term for that. Mega, what's up, dude? Real fast, what's up? Tell me. Israel, what's up, dude? I hope I pronounced your name. I hope I put the enunciation on that correctly. Germ, I'm doing awesome, man. I've been awesome. Had family in from out of town, so as a result, I wasn't on very much last week, but I'm excited to be here. Work, what's up, buddy? I'm still trying to get Shang-Chi. He's worth it, man. He's worth it. I know Hercules is awesome. I know he is. And as I said, I think there's going to be some really amazing videos. If you guys have not seen like the full extent to what Hercules can do, Karate Mike put out, it's an hour. It's an hour of delightfulness. Check that out. He uses the SIG ability a lot. And I remember saying, like, look, I don't want to sell you guys a champion. I don't think he needs to be sold. I think his SIG ability is going to allow him to do some things that are going to be really cool. And then, of course, Karate Mike being an amazing player. And also, and I love him for this, he's trying to show us the best that these champions can be. Right? So he brings in the synergies, and he then shows us fights where you're like, I did not think of that. I'm not sure I have the skill to do that either, but that is really cool. Check out that video. It's an hour long, and it is delightful. Z's, Vegas saving shards again. Exactly, right? I don't need any more temptations. I felt like Mega was going to write something. Please read last. Thank you, Mega. Okay. Yo, Vega, not going to lie, I've been playing MC this. Oh, no. And less each day. I don't know. It feels like it's more of a full break from the game. Man, you know what, though? If it's your time, buddy, it's your time. You know? Like, obviously, I would miss you from hanging out on these chats, on these streams, the comments on the videos. I would miss that. Selfishly, right? Of course, I go to the selfish thoughts first. But I think this happens with us with video games, right? Even the ones we purchase, like the cartridge. Well, you can tell how long ago I played games. But the games we download and we purchase and we play, like at some point, the time comes, and this game is on its 6th year. So, but I hope that's not it. Maybe just take a break. And I also have to say, there's been a ton of content. There are a ton of things to do. And if you're not Thronebreaker and you can't max them out, I think that's got to be a little bit frustrating too. And I think that could turn some people off. I think it's cool if there's stuff for Thronebreakers. And I think these objectives and things like that, that's awesome and that's great. And I'm enjoying having something to do. At the same time, I could see where some players might see that as an incentive to get Thronebreaker or an incentive to max their account out or get that content done. And I could see how other players who may have been playing for a long time are like, dude, I'm over it. All right. Lots of chat. Let's reset this game. I'm going to reset it really quick, guys, to see if my premonition of crystals was accurate or not. And I will be right back. Got to find the right button first. It's in there somewhere. Vega versus technology. What the heck? Oh, there it is. All right. All right, loading this back up. Hopefully there is something good. Jacob, what's Jacob saying? I'm currently on a break as well. But you're literally on vacation, though. Got enough trouble last summer. Were you playing too much, dude? What's up, Blue Charger? How you doing, man? Old Man Vega. Old Man Vega never went away, Fel. Old Man Vega never, ever, ever went away. All right, so it looks like there is the preview bundles. We're going to stay on this screen just so I can purchase them and not show, what is it? What shows there? My Apple ID? I think that's what it is. So we are purchasing. This is kind of weird talking to you guys and not being able to see anything. Thanks, Blue Charger. Great to see you too. Punjabi, what's up, buddy? So Mega, I'm not throwing. You are Thronebreaker. I just don't feel like playing the game anymore. I'll just log on for some summer pain fights, and that's it. There's also, and you know what's funny is, like, again, I went selfish. Like, I'm gonna miss you, which I would. But as you think it through too, like, this just happens. There's times in the game where, like, I know I haven't done everything or take time off or whatever, and it's just to, like, what extent. And it is difficult because we feel like, you know, what will we miss out on? Will our account ever catch back up and that sort of stuff? And the fact of the matter is yeah, it will. It actually 100% will. Your account will catch back up because it's all about how you're choosing to play the game. It's all about how you're choosing to play it. All right. I will still be paying attention to chat, but we're going to pop these. Going a little bit video mode, right? Because I'm going to probably make a video out of this. So it's going to seem like I'm just talking to, I guess, you all. It's not that different. All right. So America Chavez is in the game. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out my CCP video on her. She's not as bad as I feared. She's not as good as I hoped, right? I think that is definitely where we're at. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, I was so excited when she was announced to be coming into the game. And I did hope. I had big hopes. I mean, this is a champion that can punch holes into other dimensions. That sounds like a very strong hitting champion, right? So I was excited. I hope that they would do a lot with her. I do think she's very fun to play. Check out that video if and when you have time. And I think it'll really kind of show you what I think she's about. And then I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have about her. I'm hoping to get the 6-star, of course, but I'd be happy with the 5-star, something I could play around with, have a good time with. And she synergizes really well with some champions that I love. So we're going to go ahead and pop these, obviously hoping to see one new. And then, of course, I would love to awaken my 6-star Hercules. Let's see what we can do. We got the lucky hat and Waylon in progress in the background, sitting there with the America Chavez doll. Here we go. Let's see one new. Come on. 2 new. All right. 2 new. We are hoping to see some blue borders and that it's not, although I always think it's hilarious when I get this excited and then it's like, you got a 3-star and a 4-star America Chavez. Congratulations. All right. Come on. Here we go. As you guys know, I'm terrible at counting. So I am sure I will lose sight of how many it is. Okay, there's the 4-star. Darn. There's the 4-star. Come on, blue border. I do have a Mystic Awakening gem and a lot of 6-star 6 stones. And I think her SIG is extremely important. to getting a lot out of her. Come on, blue border. Come on. That is not a blue border. Not going to delay this out. All right. 3-star and a 4-star. I was excited there. We will go and get that one last crystal from, the Black ISO Market. Oh, man. Black ISO Market. Make sure it is the 6-star version. I'm always in fear that I'm going to get the other one, pop it, and get a 5-star. All right, so here we go. I will pop this too. I believe in the pop. Significantly better luck. And after my last opening, I deserve to have horrible luck for a very, very long time. All right, here we go. Popping this one. Come on, blue border. America Chavez. Or a 3-star Luke Cage. Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know how your hunts went. And like I said, check out the video on her and hit me up with any questions. I think for a champion with a very small amount of lines on her her ability kit, there's a lot of nuance to her. It's an interesting setup. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. Back to the stream. Work in progress. Something happened cool with work. What happened? I can see all the congratulations for work here. What happened, work? What happened? What happened? I will try to find it, but Germ has tagged me in something. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I got a 6-star Nexus and had 3 great choices. Dupe Molgod. Ooh. Dupe Colossus. Wow. Or New Corvus. You picked Colossus since I don't even have him as a 5-star. You mean, first of all, you got to do what you... Those are all very good champions, right? I don't think anyone's going to say that none of those are bad champions, or that any of them are bad champions. I will say Colossus is my least favorite out of them, but you got to do what's right for you and your account, and you building that, right? How do they all fit in together? New Corvus, I can see that it's the awakened ability that is really important and a big deal, and then the dupe on Colossus is really important. So congratulations. I'm going to read through these chats here. See if I wish we had gotten the 6-star. I got Herc. I just wanted to awaken her. Work, you got her, dude. Huge congrats. I know you probably wanted her Herc, but dude, huge congrats. She can do some things, man. You guys will be checking out the vid. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. I think this, right, man? Yeah, of course you'd rather have Herc. I'm seeing that in the chat now as I scroll down. My Buddy Lee's grind is over. Who are we grinding out, dude? No worries about repeating stuff, guys. Like, I'm going to miss things, right? There's a difference between spam and repeating. Repeating's fine. That's great. It needs to happen because I'm just going to miss stuff. Mike told me to save my money. I would not open crystals for her, and I probably will not. I'll do this because it comes with the bonus and potential of waking Herc. So if you're going to try to awaken Herc or get Herc, like, yeah, she's a nice little bonus to have, I think, possibly. But I would not grind her out. Now that sounds really weird because I am going to try to clear time in my schedule to see if I can grind her out. And I'm not just like sabotaging the minimum required to get her. I'm not trying to sabotage the arena grind scores. Because likely I'm not going to be able to do it, right? Like, it's just the reality of my life. But that's because I'm like a massive fan. I have a doll, an action figure, let's call it. I have an action figure sitting on the dresser behind me of America Chavez. For those who aren't familiar, there's a TV show. I don't know if they're making them anymore, but there was a Marvel Rising TV show that she was on. I loved watching it with my kids. I have 2 kids, and I enjoyed watching that. And she was a very cool character on that show. So I became a fan of her through that. And I'm reading her current series. She has a very current series that's been coming out. The last issue came out, I think, a few weeks ago. It's on issue 4, I believe. And I'm really enjoying that. So for those reasons, I may try to get her. But I'm not doing like 200 million or anything like that. You know, if I can get her on the cheap for like, I don't know, 50, I'll do it. But anyways, all right. So we're going to jump in. We're going to do a little bit of the side quest, and let's just hang out. Let's just hang out and talk. Oh, the King Groot Spotlight is out on Twitter? No way. Should we check this out? Is the Spotlight up on the Kabam forums? So is Herc like the best new champ this year, or is Shang-Chi still on the top? I'm still going Shang-Chi. The ceiling that Karate Mike presented in his video for Hercules makes me wonder. So let's go with that for now. Let's say the ceiling is higher with Herc. I think the floor, the baseline, is higher with Shang-Chi. I think they're both awesome, though. And if you can get them both, you've done yourself a huge favor, not only in progressing in this game, but enjoying this game. They are both awesome. If I had to just pick one for my own account, I would pick Shang-Chi. In fact, I just took him to Sig 200 because I like him that much. And as of right now, I think I would take him to rank 4 as my first skill, rank 4. And I wanted to at least be able to justify it prestige-wise for my alliance, because I care about that stuff. OG Black Widow from the 6-star featured. All you got to do now is grind her out, right? Isn't she going to be in the featured arena? Just grind that out, and you got it. You got her awakened, man. You're well on your way. Shang-Chi feels a bit more flexible in how he can be used. Yeah, I agree with that. But then again, Karate Mike's video just kind of made me be like, yep, I guess he can do a lot of stuff. LTO Kirk, what's up, dude? And I'm hoping Venerable buff is great. It's the only 6-star I have over the new buffed lineup. So did they put out all of the buffs, like are all of the buffs on their site? Can you guys see that? Let me try to pull that up, see if I can. Let me see if I can pull that up. Bam forms. Let's see here. I'm not seeing it on the forms. LTO Kirk, gotta be honest, man, I don't even really know who you are. So I didn't say anything about you. And any problems with you? No, not that I'm aware of. Thank you, Jacob, for the link. I posted. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jacob. Let me see if we can get this pulled up so that everyone can see it. What's up, Clyde? How you doing, dude? Trying to, oops, that was a mistake. Trying to get King Groot's spotlight up for everybody. I have a 5-star Shang-Chi 6200 and a 6-star Unduped. Oh, dude, I think so. The dupe is nice though, man. Like, so I know that's a lot of resources. I personally, especially since you have the 5-star already maxed out, I would hold off on the 5-star. I would hold off. I would hold off on the resources on the 6-star, right? Unless you have them like expiring or something like that. And then see if you get him duped, and then rank up that 6-star, right? And to be clear, I maxed out his sig because of for prestige reasons. I felt like it was a kind of semi-selfish move for me to want to take him to rank 4. Then again, this is like kind of getting a little too early on, right? I didn't have to do it. I just chose to do it because it's not like we can rank 4 champions. But I could see him being one I want to do in my first 5. And so I wanted his sig to be sig 200. So that way, if I did it, I wasn't really hurting my alliance prestige-wise, right? Like no one would want me to take up a sig to like 40 rank 4 Shang-Chi. That would just crush the prestige. And so I didn't want to do that. All right. Did I get this up for you guys? There we go. All right. King Groot. Let's see what they did with this guy. Let's see. I think everyone gets buff champions at the same time. Did you have CCP access to the King Groot buff? No, I did not. And I haven't been on the server, so I don't know if we do now. But no, I'm going to be reading this with you guys for the first time as I'm reading it. I think that came out right. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. All right, let's do this here, huh? So King Groot. Can you guys see it properly? Is it showing up? Yeah. All right, cool. I'm working exploring 7.1, 7.2. Do you think I'll be able to do it with 16? Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing, Clyde, right? You can do anything scheme with enough skill and enough units, right? Well, most things. There's a few fights where I think you can't. But my advice just remains the same. Like, take your time. Don't rush it. Don't resort to unit man unless you just have to, or it's like truly that last fight, right? But don't be scared to back out. That's a mistake I made so many times. All right, so let's jump into this. We've got the 6-star. I like when they increase the prestige. I feel like that's decent. I think that's decent. No, it's not. Right? Can anyone let me know? Anyone have? But whatever. No one's ranking up King Groot for prestige. So basic abilities: Fury, Armor Break, Poison, Regeneration. Strengths: Long fights. Okay, that was kind of a strength of his already. King Groot enjoys long battles, allow him to ramp up. Oh, he's got a new mechanic here. It looks like armored opponents, tech, and other opponents. So he has an armor break off his special 1. Weaknesses: Mystic Champions. Okay, so none of that has really changed. Always active. Unique physiology grants immunity to bleed, power drain, and power burn. Okay, so they're kind of leaning into that whole cosmic should work well against techs, right? That because those are relatively they don't have to be with tech champions, but we see that pretty commonly with tech. Let's go. Thank you so much for the compliment, man. I appreciate it. Power drain, burn, immunity, interesting. Doom and Claire still work though. Yeah. So Jacob, obviously, and that's great. Thank you for pointing that out. Right. It's always important to kind of do your best to remember the difference between like power drain, power steal, power burn, all of these things. There's some unique interactions there, like you're pointing out with Doom. I think it's like Terrax. I think it's Terrax. Anyways, okay. Personal Fury buffs. Unless otherwise stated, King Groot's Fury buffs each provide. That's a lot. That's 501 is a pretty good amount, and they're lasting a decent amount of time. Whenever King Groot receives a debuff, he will spend. Okay, I like this. I've always liked this mechanic. I don't like it when fighting him, but I like this mechanic. Whenever he receives a debuff, he'll spend one personal fury buff after to purify it. Don't let King Groot's low base attack fool you. His fury buffs allow him to pack a serious punch. I have a feeling they probably mean that. Malice passive. King Groot starts the fight with a Malice passive, which grants 3 fury buffs each time it activates. Malice lasts as long as King Groot has at least one personal fury buff remaining. So you want to keep. So if I'm reading that correctly, that should allow him to use the recoil tree, right? Because you're going to start with 3. 2 of the fury buffs will go away to remove. Or was he's immune, right? Is he immune to? He's immune to bleed. So you're only going to use 1 to get rid of the poison, I would think. Do we know? Has anyone asked or seen how that works out? Yeah, Doom is metal, so he doesn't work on Terrax. Yeah, that's correct. All right, thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, Z. I appreciate it, man. MSD, you think the buff looks great? All right. When Malice ends, it goes on cooldown for 13 seconds. When Malice is active, you have to 100% Fury buff. 100%. Okay, but depend on how long the fight has gone. So we don't know how long that's going to need. But if at the attack was 501, so if those are going up to 1,000, I can see why a lot of you are excited. Work, you were already going to rank him. Max bonus after 100 seconds. Marco, I'm starting to get excited too. A lot of smart players in the chat are saying positive things too. All right, so this the king grows more and more. I like how they capitalized it. More impatient. Oh, he gets impatient. This time wears on, granting his fear even. Oh, so he's getting angry. He's an angry tree. Great for King Groot. Bad for stubborn opponents. Okay. When Malice is on cooldown, any attack from either champion has 20% chance to grant 1 fury charge. When cooldown ends, gain 1 fury buff for each charge acquired. Okay, so you can gain a decent amount of fury each time he is evaded, auto-blocked, or misses gains. Okay, so that's not really a counter. I personally don't like these. I see their use. I would prefer to actually have an evade, auto-block, or miss counter. But I see what they're doing. And he's a big, beefy boy. So I have a feeling the idea is that, getting evaded, auto-blocked, or missing probably won't end the fight. Cowardice only fuels the king's rage. Slippery Spider-Verse champions and autonomous auto-block opponents alike will find. Oh, I get what they're saying here. Spider-Verse because they evade. Got it. Heavy attack. Pause all poison and armor break debuffs on the opponent for 3 seconds. Interesting. Spend 1 fury buff to pause for 6. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting trade-off, and I think we'll have to. Without having only gone so far into this, right? I'm reading this for the first time. I think that's going to be up to the player, and we're going to have to test that to see, do you want to pause them or not? I have a feeling you probably do. Otherwise, why is this mechanic in there? But this could be like to help him take I can't think of the node where you have to poison the defender. Use in unison with King Groot Special 1 to continuously degrade the opponent's armor, or Special 2 to keep the poison flowing through the opponent's veins. Ooh, wow. All right. Special 1, hooked up to 3 armor breaks. We knew that. 3 is nice. With each having 100% chance to activate. So that's pretty good. That's different than, so any Magic players out there know, what is it, like 85% chance for the power lock, I think it is. And you're like every once in a while, like every once a year, they both fail. And so the 100% chance is nice. Always keep in mind though with nodes that have the increased ability accuracy, things like that. Or you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. And reduces the armor rating up. All right. Spend 1 fury buff to make the armor break indefinite. That's nice. I guess if you really want an armor break to be indefinite, I'm trying to think of why you would not. Right, but like you're not taking him in to fight Dragon Man. That's where you wouldn't want this, right? But you're not taking him to fight Dragon Man. That'd be ridiculous. Invest your perishable furies when facing armor up dependent opponents. Special 2, internal toxicity. Each hit of King Groot causes. He has bad breath. He's angry and he has bad breath. It's dealing this direct damage. It's tripled against robotic opponents. Okay, I can see that. It gives him ability to kind of go against poison immune champions. 100% chance to inflict a poison debuff, reducing healing effect by 30 and dealing. All right. He reveals in the twisting of metal on circuitry. Rebels. Robot opponents won't last long. Interesting. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I thought that was more of a like, oh, he'll still work, not a he's going to dominate them. Let's see. Let's check the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. He can be using it for it too, but of course it's not the same. Okay, MSD. That's how I was reading it, so I was really surprised by that developer's note. But you know, I mean, they're trying to highlight a champion, so I'm not attacking the developer's note. That Mega, dude. Sorry if I missed you, buddy. Thanks for coming by. I hope we see you again soon, dude. And I hope you either I hope you end up in a good situation with the game, man. 100%. Venom Pool looks better BOP. Okay, so he's not out yet. I'm wondering whether the poison effects scale with base or modified attack. Okay, that's not listed. That was definitely going to be one of my questions. Dude, this looks really, really good. I'm glad I started to rank mine. I don't think mine's awakened. But I am excited for you, those of you who have him. And I know there's people who already liked him, and I'm curious. I'm gonna be curious, and that's something I want to talk about when we're done here. Is for those people who've already ranked him, how are you feeling about this? MSC, hope it's not like a Civil War. You absolutely hope it's not. And there was a mechanic with Civil Warrior that I think would have been really hard for us to have diagnosed based on the notes. And I think it's that mechanic that really holds Silver Warrior back. And that's his dash back. And even that is clunky. And MSC, I don't know if they ever got that fixed. I know you and I chatted offline about that a bit too. Do you have to consume all the Furies in order for Malice to go on cooldown? I think so. I think so. If I'm reading it, that's kind of how I read it. Works King Groot is already Sig 100. Holy cow. All right. Contemptuous Malice with cross. Oh, we're already gone to the synergies. I skipped by the SP3. 100% chance to gain a regeneration buff, recovering 10% health over 3 seconds. This regeneration buff is paused while King Groot is heal blocked. Interesting. Malice, spend 1 fury buff to increase the. Okay, so Malice is clearly it's your resource, right? And it's going to be about managing that. And I like that. And I don't know if Campo I think is still here. Campo did a really cool video recently where he was kind of analyzing some recent rank ups, I think it was, if I remember correctly. And he had a really cool term for it. He called it like a mini game. And I don't remember exactly which champion he was talking about, but he was talking about how there's like a mini game within the champion, and that kind of made it fun. I feel like there's a bit of a mini game here when playing King Groot, and I like that because it gives you something to pay attention to and a way to accentuate the champion and probably to attack different nodes and defenders differently based on what you need. And it feels to me like Malice is going to be, and spending the Malice is going to be a little bit of that mini game. Nova and Taskmaster, yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you. And I can see why I quickly forgot which champions it was. Neither of them, I'm not a fan of either. But I still love the analogy. All right, so here we go. Signature ability. While Malice is active, give up to 100% poison duration. Oh, wow. When Malice enters cooldown, gain just. Oh, goodness gracious. So I think immediately what's coming to mind for me is Diablo. Not that I'm saying he's going to be as good as Diablo. I'll make that very clear because I think Diablo is amazing. Is when I went into testing Diablo, I thought his healing's going to be very good. His healing's going to potentially be excellent, top shelf. I have a feeling his damage is not going to be as good. And I'm having the same wonderings here because King Groot already could heal. He is beefy, and we're seeing the potential for a lot of healing. With his signature ability unlocked, King Groot will see the benefits same as Fisher too. Okay, so they're even talking about this kind of what I'm calling what I totally stole the term from Campo. This mini game here, synergy. Who does he synergize with? Venom the Duck, Mojo. I love Mojo. Immortal Abomination. Ooh, Immortal Abomination. They've caught my interest. King Groot, 35 poison armor break. That seems really good. That seems really good. And I personally really like Mojo, Abomination, and Mole Dude. I call him Mole Dude. So whenever I'm looking at synergies, I always like to look at who are you bringing along, and how much do I enjoy bringing them along. Contemptuous Malice with Crossbones. Malice, additional Fury buff. Okay, I mean, and then we've talked about that. That's your, I feel like that's your resource here. So having more is never bad. Venom. All right, nothing's looking that exciting. None of the rest of those are like, I don't think they're gonna make you take a champion. Enhanced Fury. All right, we've seen that. I don't know anyone who's ever really done Enhanced Fury. At least I don't think I do. All right, what do you all think? What do you guys think? I am very intrigued. I see why a lot of smart players are excited about this. I see why a lot of smart players. I think you guys asked some really interesting questions here, though, and I think we're not going to know this until we really test them out. And also the smart way to utilize the malice. In fact, does anyone already have opinions on that of how you think that minigame is going to kind of play out? Nothing got taken away. It's all add-ons. Okay, that's also important, right? We saw that with Hood. Hood was the first time where we really saw, you know, they felt like, hey, we're buffing this champion. We're making this so much better. And then as a community, we said, like, hold on a minute. There's something that you've taken away that was vital to the way I played this champion. I've ranked them up, and I have spent my resources because of using Hood in a very specific way, and you've taken that. So while you maybe made him a more enjoyable player for a variety of champions, or a more enjoyable champion for a variety of players, you've actually weakened the way I use this champion. Let's see. 100% poison duration from Malice, 100% from the SIG, and 30% from the Synergy. Cool. That's what I'm saying too, and that's what's making me wonder. But I think they also did a good job. Like, if I really think about what they were trying to present, and maybe I overthink these things, but I feel like they were very clearly trying to present a champion who's going to be good in long fights. And so I could see that with the duration. I think that's why a lot of this was duration, right? Your poisons are you're building them up, and how long they're going to last, as opposed to those who've played Diablo know he can melt people and fast. He can melt people fast, right? OG Highline, dude, thank you so much. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you. I love the reason. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Made sure I did the spelling correctly. The currency seems to be his furies, and the key is spending those furies, which you can do while in the malice phase. Yeah, I think that sounds right to me. Synergy commands for crossbones. Come get to max ability accuracy reduction quickly. Yeah, all right, I hear that. Yeah, AR, I think that's right, and I like that, right? I think when there's a champion that many people have already ranked up or already like, and King Groot does have a following. He does. I mean, we all know really great players who've ranked up their King Groot. I like when they kind of just lean into it. They lean into what they already do well, and they have fun with that instead of doing anything that could possibly be construed as materially changing the champion or what they were used for, right? So more poison, more healing. These are good things. As you can see, I was doing a little mutant questing, having some fun with that. But I'm going to bring in, I do have the Recoil Tree Masteries on. I'm going to bring in my favorite champions to play when I have those masteries. And there's someone else who I usually bring in with this team, and I can't remember who it is right now. In fact, I posted a photo. Oh, how could I forget him? How could I forget that pretty man? You know what? I'm thinking I'm thinking I might want to awaken him because I know me. I know me. I will be tempted to open some crystals for America Chavez just because, again, I am a fan of the character. And I know me. I will use that as a justification for it. It'll be like, well, I could awaken my Hercules. And so this might be a little bit about like just knowing myself and knowing that if I have him awakened already because I used my gem, then I am that much less likely to try to open those crystals or try to justify it with something that doesn't make sense. Man, that parry bug sure is fun, right? And they are working on it. They are working on it. Kabam doesn't want the game to be unenjoyable. I know sometimes it's easy to get caught up in this idea that like they don't fix bugs that are bad for players and things like that, but they don't want this game to be unenjoyable. They absolutely do not want that. And not being able to parry or evade is not enjoyable. I think we can all agree. Also, Campo brought up the war changes earlier, but they are pretty big. Has there been war changes posted too? Too good to be true. Thanks for dropping by, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you serious? There's war changes? Do you guys want to cover war changes or do you want to chat and do this? I will completely leave it up to the chat. Let's wait for like 3 answers here. Would you highlight and try to do luck for the America Chavez bundles? No luck. Yeah. So I did put out a review on her. Check it out. My synopsis is she can do some really cool things. I could see there being nodes and defenders added that will really improve her usability or make her more important in this game, right? So much of it's like, what nodes and defenders are we facing? And I think she could do with some tweaks. And I don't know. I don't want to even guess on this stuff, but I think that she could do with some tweaks, and the tweaks are reasonable. But she can do some cool things. All right, war changes it is. Thanks for posting. Thanks for letting me know, guys. I completely missed it. Let's go ahead and check these out. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull these up, guys. I shouldn't have closed the browser. I think that was the problem. What's up, Marco? Thanks for hanging out, dude. I always appreciate it. Yeah, I can't pull them up, guys. It's what I mean by that is I can't show them to you, and it just has to do with my knowledge on working OBS. Let me see if I change the scene. You guys don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. All right, let me see if I change the scene if it will give me the ability. Hold on, just a minute. All right. Vegaverse technology. We did it. We did it, folks. We did it. All right. Season 20 is right around the corner. Mr. Belding, it is such an embarrassing problem, right? Like you're at dinner, things are going well. Maybe you're celebrating something, and the OBS just pops right up, right? They put true focus on the boss. No, why? Why would they do that? All right, let's get through this. Although it is kind of fun to have you guys tell me the highlights and just have me be like utterly depressed because I just took my Professor X's Sig 200. Walk into Lowe's, look at my wife and say, "Oh, we got to go home." I love it too. I love you're at that stage of life that I am as well, where we're like, I bring up a nice romantic date, with your wife, and we both know, well, actually, we were at Lowe's. We were at Lowe's. We had the kids with the babysitter and we went to Bed Bath and Beyond, right? All right. Starting season 28, which hopefully does not start before this Perry bug is fixed, right? Man, can they just put a node on that specifically doesn't allow Ghost and Quake? Yeah, seriously, just be like, look, Ghost and Quake, don't use them. We didn't know how good we made them, all right? All right. We're going to turn tune the potency of the tactics dependent. Okay, this will allow us to better tailor the experience for different user groups. For example, expert maps have the rosters to be able to adjust. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when I read Kabam, I get lost. I find myself thinking about like literally anything else. All right. Starting season 28, we will be adjusting how tactics are presented to different alliances, depending on which alliance war map you are fighting on. Okay. We will also tune the potency of the tactics independently on each map. Okay. Are they talking about the tiers, or are we truly getting different like maps? This will allow us to better tailor the experience for different user groups. For example, expert map players have the roster to be able to adjust the defender placement and attackers selections from season to season, without regular turnover of at least one of the variables driving these decisions. War can quickly become repetitive and stale as you encounter the same defenders over and over. However, a hard map player would struggle. Okay, basically what they're saying is people with bigger rosters get bored more quickly, if I'm understanding this correctly, and players without those huge rosters would struggle against these incredibly difficult maps. Yeah, okay. So they're going to offer a wider choice of tactics, which people have not enjoyed to begin with. They're like, you didn't like 3 tactics? We're going to give you more. All right. Expert map. Predefined tactics. Guys, I got to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this and make sense of it. Season starts August 4th. And if the bug's still in the game, I'm sure they'll delay it. Lowe's was after dinner. I got you. Thought we would pop in right quick, faster than she... all right. One attack. Jeez Louise. Expert map. Predefined tactics. One attack, one defense attack will be predefined for use on the expert map each season. Season 28, slow your roll. Defense, untouchables. Alternating seasons, we will swap out either the attack or defense tactic. So each season in Expert 1 of the tactics will be updated. Are you guys, can someone explain this to me? Are we getting a choice of these tactics, or is it just like, here's the tactic, you're on the expert map, here's the tactic that you got? See you, Duke. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Mr. Button, you don't have to stop. I'm finding this hilarious. It's actually giving me a fun thing to laugh at while I struggle trying to understand. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting. It's like, you just get one tactic. Like, here it is. All right. Goals. You're going to increase the variety of champs to use on defense to increase the diversity experience. Not increase. What the heck? Who wrote this? Not increase, decrease, if possible, the amount of pre-planning required. Okay. Choice of attack and attack. So the challenger map, 3 attack and 3 defense tactics will be able to choose from. So the folks playing on the less difficult map will actually have more choices. And the tactics themselves are unchanged except for the untouchables, and they're leaving them alone. And the idea was they're not bored of the tactics because their rosters aren't as big, if I understood it correctly. I'm trying hard not to be overly critical, but yeah, it feels like a boring class lecture. That's kind of how I feel like this is going. The goals are to allow for a wide variety of competitive strategies. I feel like the intentions here are good. I feel like they're potentially misguided. And what I mean by that is I feel like folks who are not taking war as seriously don't want to be fussed with having all of these options. That's been my sense. I could be wrong. But they're like, I don't want to spend a bunch of time planning an attack, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time planning a defense. So I feel like, kind of like, I like how they leaned into what King Groot did well. I feel like they're leaning into the wrong things here. That's my sense. Let me know if you guys disagree, though. If you're like, no, I play what I think will be the challenger map, and this sounds exciting. Please let me know. Attack tactics only on hard map. Okay, this just feels ridiculous, guys. All right. Untouchables, new description. Who cares what it used to be? Whenever the defender evades or causes an attack to miss, they gain. If the defender evades or miss abilities fail while they're suffering, they instead gain. All right, so that's. So slow champions who can't be evaded will see a nice bonus. All right. Fel, and you're probably right. Could you explain to me why this is bad for Professor X? There's something I'm not seeing. Tiebreakers. Fight duration. Keep scrolling. Okay. Ties suck. Okay. There are too many of them. All right. So we're going to track the total in-fight duration. So, you're to get them done quickly. Wow. That's interesting. That's going to put more pressure on people. And one of the complaints actually at the very high tier was that there's too much pressure on single fights and single deaths. And incentivizing you to get your fight over more quickly and not play patiently is going to increase the pressure. Again, I feel like they leaned into the wrong things. You ever have a conversation with someone like this where you're like, no, you're literally doing the opposite of what I've asked. I want you to put it down. And they're like, I should pick it up? Okay, I'll pick it up. And you're like, no, put it down. All right. The undo button. Ooh, I'm excited for the undo button. It will go live. Okay, cool. Tier 1 cutoff extended. I know that is going to make a lot of people happy, and it should. There's a lot of alliances, like SSX is one. They're extremely good at war. And I know they've gotten kind of the short end of the stick way more than they should have, or than anyone deserves to, because of this. So this whole tier 1, tier 2. Hard map timer increase. We're increasing the fight times on the hard map as well to help reduce timeouts. Okay, but they're also incentivizing us to do them more quickly. Final Boss Island, True Focus on has been added too. We all know that there are champions in the game that kind of play by different rules. Evan said we don't. All right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. All right. Let's talk this out. Let's talk this out. And oops. And I don't know. I feel like they leaned into the wrong stuff a bit here. But I will also say that I think they're trying. I don't think that this is the big war revamp that we've been waiting for. This feels like they're just trying to do something to freshen it up a little bit. I think they're aware. They're aware, and they know that there's a lot of us who really love war. I love war. I'm not great at it. I love it, though. And so I think that they're trying to have this big overhaul. I think they're aware that there's this big overhaul that is necessary, that is needed, that will be enjoyable. And they're aware that it's going to take time. It's going to take time. I don't understand the programming and all that stuff, all right? But I feel like there's a lot of structures that need to be in place for them to even make these large changes. And so this is like, hey, guys, we hope this is helpful in the meantime. I think that's what this is. That's my sense. They are addressing some feedback with the tier issues and with the ties. I don't like how they did it. MSD is making me laugh here. It's like, now it's don't die and don't die faster, but we'll give you more time to not die, right? Every month we have feedback, and they did this. I know. I really feel like they leaned into the wrong stuff here. Yeah. LC, what's up, dude? It's been a bit. Great to hear from you. People want to change, and now they got it. Frankly, this worries me a lot. because it indicates the Kabam approach to getting Quake and Ghost out of content will be true focused, which messes with two of my favorite champs. Yeah, I'm not excited about that. One of the things that having a YouTube channel has really taught me is, while I love playing War at an extremely high tier, so many people play this game and don't even bother with War, or they just can't be bothered to play it at that tier. They don't enjoy it. And what I've realized is, one, I've realized that, and then I think about the conclusions of that, is Kabam also has to know that. They know that. They know how many, like, hundreds of thousands of people play this game, while there's only, 60 alliances that finish in Masters and Platinum 1, and that's only 30 players in Alliance. So not that, like, we don't matter. I think we do matter, and I think they want War to be exciting, because it'd be great for Kabam to have more players enjoying War, right? The more game modes that we're enjoying, the more we're engaged with the game, the longer we'll play it, and you see the cycle here. But I also think that so many people just aren't engaged in it. And so I don't know, I don't want to say it's not a priority. And I want to make this clear. None of this is coming from CCP. I have no knowledge at all. In fact, if there's any CCP knowledge here, it's that this is a priority and they're trying their best. But I do think that kind of finding all the answers and trying to find a way to nerf the use of Quake and Ghost without potentially hurting other champions, that might not be the highest of their priority, because it's going to have cascading effects potentially throughout the game. And can you imagine, like, I would personally love if they're like, look, we just don't use Quake and Ghost. You can't enter with them. I would personally like that, but can you imagine the outrage that would happen if they were to do that? I think there'd be a lot. And then Taters had some really cool ideas about basically being able to block out champion attacker options. I can't remember, he had a cool term for it. And I think that could be a way to do it. And I'm assuming they have their own reasons, they being Kabam, for not implementing that. And that could just be like the structure side of things. Or they are kind of thinking through some other cascading effect of why they don't. Bans. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, bans. When you're building relevant roster for War holds up a lot of your usable champs for other content, especially when AQ is running. So I can see War isn't everyone's cup of tea. Absolutely agree, Paul. Absolutely agree. And there's been times in this game where I have found myself in the same place where I'm like, now I can't get this questing content done because this champion's tied up in AQ, or an extremely powerful champion, right? Is like, especially when rank 3s were first a thing, where it's like, oh, my Doom is tied up. Now I don't have him for this or that. And then you increase that by that champion potentially be on defense. Again, cascading effects, right? They happen. Kind of like the summoners. Okay. Drago, what's up, dude? I feel like they're clinging to a system that just really isn't that great for War. They're trying hard to improve War. Yeah, and Drago, and that's one thing I do want to get across is, and this is kind of like this is a little bit CCP. It's not like an official announcement, but just being on the server, it is very clear to me that they are trying. They are trying to figure something long-term out. And even if I wasn't on the CCP, like just as someone who consumes the game and as a consumer in the world, of course they want to keep us engaged. And so I think that what we're seeing today is them being like, here's the best we could do for season 28. This is not the long-term solution. It's just the best we could do. Doesn't mean it's good. It just means that's it. Attacker restrictions. Yeah, exactly. Bans and attacker restrictions. That is exactly it. Let's go a little CGR. The most stressful War becomes, the most boost people buy, health pools. Yeah, I do think there's that, right? And I've heard that argument, and there's even been times where I've thought that too, right? The more stressful a War becomes, the more one single death really matters. The more likely you are to buy the grade boost, the more likely you are to buy all the boosts. I think that might just be like a really happy, like, collateral conclusion or collateral experience to it. I don't think that's Kabam's goal here. I was hoping that would, I wanted to test that out, and I haven't done that yet, it's obvious, I was hoping that his immortality wouldn't be allowed. I didn't realize it was a passive. It's different than Hercules. I just like War because it feels like the only true competitive game of. I think you and I are saying similar stuff. Though is part of what I like about it is I feel like it's team oriented. I like that. I really enjoy that. For me, it feels it's not exactly like a sport, but it's the closest to being on a sports team that I feel like a game can provide. I like that we have like leaders and they provide these like attack plans. Now they spend hours on it, so it's easy for me to like it. Um, and then I do feel like it's the closest thing to true PvP that we have. We're not actually playing against another person live, but there is some strategy and things like that. So I enjoy all those things together. War isn't that expensive these days. I think it's all relative work, but I hear you, man. And yeah, the solo crystals do give a ton. That is true. Um, Biggest cost is the potions. The potions are big, right? So like if we're boosting, then yeah, and we've all been there where you try to use your glory boosts and you're like, all right, I'll go buy I'm sorry, your glory potions, and then you're like, I can't do this. I have to go get my war potions instead. And then those are extremely expensive, actually. War isn't that directly and I think in essence that's what I'm saying. Work. Thanks for putting good words onto it and helping me get that thought out. Is I don't think War in its current state is profitable enough for Kabam to ignore the issue. I think they're aware of it and they are doing their best to improve it. Think of it as the Summer Showdown. Each BG can cancel 3. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, and that's really what Tater's worked out. He really worked out a cool system, and it wasn't, you couldn't like ban the same champions over and over. So there was a little bit too of like picking and choosing, which again I think would be nice for players with seriously advanced rosters and kind of force them to start, turning those through and using a variety of champions too. Fluffy Pig Monster, dude, would you jump in this chat? How you doing, man? That's why they don't prioritize it. I still think that the more fun game modes they have, the better, right? I just think if I was running the company and my goal was to keep people engaged, I would not want a game mode to be bad. And I definitely would not want it to be one that a lot of my YouTubers, right? They're not really the promotion department, but they kind of are in a weird way, are actively saying, hey, it's really bad. I used to love War, but now I'm not even going to make War videos because War is not fun. And think about how many times you've heard that from some of your favorite YouTubers over and over. Like, in fact, I would even me, and I, like I said, I'm not that great at it. Even I put out like polls on the YouTube comment section being like, do you guys even want to see War videos anymore? I think I'm still going to make them, but do you guys want to even see them? And the responses would be like, yeah, if we're bored, and I don't blame people for that. I don't blame anyone for that. Imagine if crystal openings were broken, it'd be fixed. Okay, well that's definitely true. That's definitely true. If like you couldn't purchase the Hercules cab crystals, the game would be shut down immediately and fixed. But that's a cash cow, right? That's a cash cow. So I hear you, and I also think, and I know you're being funny in a way, right? But there's I think a huge difference in the structural changes that need to be made to War versus the cab crystals not being purchasable. I think that's probably a significantly easier fix than what's going on with War. War team being oriented feels fun until your alliance mates are out doing God knows what and take hours to respond to your things. That is frustrating. that is frustrating, and we've all been there. Even in like the most competitive, like even in 4 Loki, the other day, I don't remember who it was, and if I did, I wouldn't say their name. But it was like, you need to take the last node. We need you to take the last node for AQ. And I think they eventually got to it. I don't remember if they did or not. But life happens. Like we get busy, we lose phones, calls come up, family comes by to visit. These things just happen, right? I gotta kind of pay attention for this fight. Kind of want to make my boy Shang-Chi look good here. All right. Just pretty much. Oh wow, he didn't shrug that. I pretty much just assume that Crossbones is going to shrug everything. All right, let's go in for the big kill here. That's not nothing, guys. But Sig 200, it's not a waste, but I don't think he's a great efficient use of Sig Stones. Remember, I took him to Sig 200 for my own kind of selfish purposes and wanting to be able to justify taking him up as probably my first skill, rank 4, and not hurting my alliance prestige-wise. Mr. Building, you open those ISO crystals, the early access ISO crystals. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations on that. I like it. ISO crystals. 7.1, 7.2. I got to work through 7.2 more. I've not spent much time there, and I'm not worried. I'm not like losing sleep over it. But I feel like rank 4s are going to be possible. I'm just not going to have completed the content. And so I think that's going to be part of it. I am keeping up with Summer of Pain, and I am going to start working through Karina again here. I bought that resource still that came out the other day, the potions. So I could start working through that. All right. Come on, monkey. All right, let's finish him off. I don't think we need to do the full combo. Yeah, his health pool is so low. Judo, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Nor do I use my skill waking jump on him, but the jump from... Yeah, he does enough damage where, like, it's... I don't even know if it's necessarily noticeable. You know who I did kind of notice it on, and this was surprising, was Charles, Professor X. And I kept saying I was going to put that into a video, and I just haven't been able to get that video out. I think I will. I still don't think he's an efficient use of your Sig Stones, but if you're really looking to justify it, I could provide you some evidence why it's not a bad idea. I could provide that. It's yeah, we'll have to kind of wink as we do it, though. Dude, Phil, I know you stayed up super late, buddy. I really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. That was a good time. And have a good one. Yeah, we were talking about that, Judah, about but it's also going to hurt some other champions too, which is unfortunate. But I get it, man. I get it. You know, like I'm in the same BG as Panda Man Pete, and I get to see firsthand how absolutely trivial he makes some of these boss kills look with Ghost. Now, I call him out intentionally or by name because he is so good. But, you know, that is possible. I see that. I can see why Kabam would not want that. Oh, Hercules. Hercules is so fun. What, now that you guys have had a few moments to watch some of the America Chavez videos, what do you guys think? Has anyone been able to catch any? OG Highline, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing this again on Thursday. But I always like to try to stream at least twice a week. Last week was just a weird week because I had the impromptu family visit, which I enjoyed the heck out of. That's why I fell off the streaming schedule and, of course, the video schedule, too. K-Dog, what's up, man? Since you really like the hood buff, are you getting excited? Absolutely. Absolutely, I am excited. I am extremely excited for the hood buff. I still have a Mystic Tier 5 CC. I was saving it for America. I still think my video is worth watching, but if you've watched my video, you know that I am not intending to really hunt her, despite just really liking the champion. I would want a lot more. I do think she has uses. But anyways, I don't think that Tier 5 CC Mystic has her name on it anymore like it once did. I think that might be for Hood. Or we'll see. I'm not gonna just let the game play, and I'll see where I'm at when it's time. And I do think this. I think with some small tweaks, she could be extremely powerful. And I think Kabam was maybe scared of that. I think they were potentially a little scared of that. And then last, I think that depending on what sort of nodes and defenders come out, she could get significantly more powerful, right? There's always like what's in the champion's kit, and then there's like, well, what do we have to face in the future? Judah, she was good as I hoped. She is definitely not as good as I hoped. She is absolutely not as good as I hoped. I think she would have been done really great. Like if they were going with that kit, if they were going with that kit model, I think she should have had a taunt off of her SP1. I would have loved something that kind of reduced maybe the combat power rate of the defender, right? Just if it was just slightly somehow, like if it was like one of her dimensions did that or something like that. And I wish the SP2 just hit harder. I mean, again, this is a champion that punches holes into other dimensions. And if you saw my video, though, you see one of the things I noticed was she actually starts to hit hard in her basic combos, and her heavy starts to hit hard. So it's not like she's a wet noodle. It's just, it feels like you're supposed to be cycling special. She's clearly built for that with that passive power gain from the SP1 to the SP2. And so it just was like you're building up to this, and the end result is so... It'd be like if Sunspot hit 50% as hard on his SP2. You'd just be like, oh, that was a lot of build up for not a lot, that sort of thing. So I do not feel incentivized to play war in the current state. The rewards do not warrant. So that's another thing, Doug. And I do wonder what they're going to do there. Oh, shoot, I forgot to hit the Nullify. The Nullify is kind of an important part of this. Diablo's not going to look nearly as good as he should. I think up the rewards, up the rewards across the brackets. But I'm sure they have their reasons for it. It's not like they haven't heard that. They're aware of this feedback. Oh, missed that. And I you know what? I don't know if I can ask that, but I am curious about that. Like, why aren't the rewards better in the non-super high tiers? Like, I don't know. It wouldn't faze me. I would love it if people who are playing at the like tier 3 and 4 were getting rank 4 champions or rank 3 champions. Like, okay, that's awesome. That's great. More people playing it, more people ranking up their champions means more people enjoying it, which means the game's going to last longer. And as someone who really enjoys the game, I want it to last as long as possible. So I don't know. Spin, thanks for hanging out, dude. I really appreciate it, buddy. And we'll catch you soon, I'm sure. What's up, Strands? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. They have the rewards as soon as it's not happening anytime soon. Probably not. They didn't announce. So we looked at the changes, man, and I really feel like they're just doing their best to try to keep us entertained with war until they have the time to fully just revamp the whole thing. That's my sense on it. And it looked interesting. At least it will be different, right? And I like that they're trying to address ties. And I actually got a chance to talk about literally SSX being an awesome war alliance full of awesome players, extremely talented players, and great planners who, just by kind of it being a funky system, would end up like in tier 2 sometimes, even though they're like really in tier 1, and it was like the map they were on, and I don't know. I didn't even fully understand it. But it just clearly was not a good design, and probably was unintended consequences that they just didn't foresee. So I'm happy to see those sorts of things change. Well, the one thing that I found to be kind of like, well, there's a lot of things I found to be odd, but one that I definitely found odd was like they're going to now use, oh man, this bug is killing me. They're now going to use fight durations as a way to break ties, which just will increase the pressure, right? Because the faster you're trying to get a fight done, the more pressure you're feeling, the more mistakes you're going to make. And one of the complaints was, hey, look, wars are so intense because just one death makes a massive difference. So I don't know. I feel like they leaned into the wrong things there a little bit. BK, what's up, dude? You love the anti-Quake, Yeah, I like it too, right? Like, you can still use them. I just wish they would just say, like, dude, no Quake, no Ghost. Just don't bring them. Just don't do it. Because it affects other champions too. And that kind of bumps me out. But again, I like that they're trying. I like that they're trying something. Jacob's back. What's up, dude? Okay, I managed to catch more of it. Nice. We went a little longer than I think I publicized I was going to go. I said hi to BK. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Doug. The other thing I was wondering is why do I have to keep paying energy to travel past? I've already traveled. Oh man, that's been something that I have. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I've wondered that too. Um, I mean, I guess right. Like if I was intentionally being devil's advocate, I'd say like because you're still traveling down a path. The energy isn't to travel to nodes you haven't been to before. The energy is used to move you from one node to the next. Well, that feels like to me that feels like a pretty transparent justification for making you spend energy. The reason why I wonder about it is because I would imagine energy is not that big of a moneymaker. But something that's kind of come up for me recently is I think that a lot of the game's design is to, in this side anyways, is to try to get people to spend money on the game, no matter how small that might be. It's to try to get free to play players to become $1 a month players or what have you, right? And so I could see that. I could see it being, you've grinded all these units out in the arena, and what better way to get you to spend some of those units that you've earned than to get you to use them on energy while you're trying to be a free to play player. So I could see that. Like it's about the steady creep. It's about the slow and steady creep. And so that's what I would think. I don't know that for a fact, obviously, but that's what I would think. For those who fought Herc, I think one thing that's important to keep in mind, I think he's going to be a relatively decent defender, at least initially, because it's easy to forget that he goes stun immune when he has those feet of strengths. And then obviously it's really nice, and I did want to show that. I should have mentioned it before I did it, was the immortality can be nullified. And remember, that's what I was testing if you've been around for a bit. I forgot, or I didn't actually know, that the Immortal Hulk mortality can't be nullified. It is passive, while Hercules is active. So you can just use a nullification champ, or I guess probably a stagger would work too, or something like that, and you'll get him down. Just remember, he is stun immune when he has a feat of strength. He will use that feat of strength when you try to stun him. So it's his built-in in-game resource, and you'll be able to get him down. The reason I'm pointing it out is I know with the parry bug and the evade bug right now, it can get really difficult to tell. Like, wait, what was a bug and what was me not playing or not understanding the interaction? So I wanted to point that out. I think it's because you can potion farm. Yeah. Oh, Paul, that's a great point. That is absolutely a great point. I didn't even think about that, right? And that would just be allowing those of us, or I'm not one, I'm not going to pretend I am, but that would allow people who play the game free to play and really are grinding out those resources, that would allow them to get those potions, which would allow them to continue to not spend on the game. So I could see that makes a ton of sense. Dude, Kai's coming in strong. Kai's the T2? I like it, buddy. Can you explain to me what the T2 is? I want to make sure I understand the name, the acronym. But that's cool. Dude, coming in huge. Guys, is there anything I can do for you, buddy? And the reason I am asking is because I was actually about to sign off. Now, I will do this. I did this for, I think it was K-Dog the other day. And OG Highland. This happened a couple times. I will leave your name up there. And on the next stream, it will start off up there. Because I think I really want to show you. I do appreciate you supporting the channel, all the support you've always given. You are an early subscriber and commenter. But I want to leave that up there so that we'll be there for the next stream as the top shelf champion. Because, you're not getting your time here. And I do apologize for that. But is there anything I could do for you? Is there anything I could answer or anything like that? I would really appreciate it. Or I would like to be able to do that for you before I sign off. Fluffy Pig Monster, after the Vayne Parry bug, they'll have to block proficiency followed by an opponent. And an immortality bug. All defenders go immortal, and it's Immortal Hulk's immortality, not Hercules's. The main has no credit. I got you. All right, cool. Well, dude, huge appreciation. I will leave it up as Kai's, but if you want it changed to something else, you let me know. Mr. Belding trying to recruit people. Kai's is a good player. I can vouch for that. I've seen his videos. He is a very, very good player. Before you head out, has everyone seen the King Groot buff? We did discuss it here. So for anyone who is interested in just kind of hearing our thoughts, now keep in mind, it was literally the first time I had seen it. The CCP did not have early access to that. So I was kind of going through it for the first time. The chat themselves was extremely helpful in kind of figuring that out. He seems like he has a very cool kind of, I'm totally stealing the term from Campo MC, but he has a very cool mini game that looks like it's going to be about how are you going to utilize this resource with his Furies and the Malice, and elongating some buffs and healing and things like that, and just kind of figuring that out, which I think will be fun. And to me, he looks like he's going to be, they're saying it, designed for long fights, has the ability to heal. He's a big, beefy boy. And then the longer that fight goes, and I think it was the SIG ability, you're going to get those longer duration poisons, and that's really going to start to add up, would be my opinion. I'm very much looking forward to testing them out live, though. I literally, guys, I have no clue on the details of any of these buffs or anything like that. It's kind of an exciting part of being in the CCP, is you're like, all right, when are we going to get some information? Oh, the information's already out. All right, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and check that out. All right, guys, I do have to roll. Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by. Literally everybody. I would name you all, but I'm sure I'd forget someone, then I would feel badly. And thank you, OG Highline and Kais, for the financial support as well. We'll continue to get those videos out. I hope you did get a chance to check out the America Chavez one today. And like I said, the Diablo Mixology Masterclass video will be coming out along with a Rank 3 video very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.